our volume is not working. Okay. We are getting started here, everybody. Give us a second to make sure our volume is working, microphones are working. We are enjoying some fall weather the last few days. It's been lovely. If you're on live, please say hello if you want to. We're so happy that you are here. And can you hear us? I guess is my first question.
Okay.
Hi, I see Carol, I see Linda. Very nice to see you ladies. All right. So should be better now. Okay. All right. We are the Dysphagia duo. I am a dietitian. My name is Kat.
Hi, and I'm Stephanie. I'm a speech pathologist. Welcome.
And we are cooking and talking dysphagia like we do every Wednesday.
Yes. Can you see this beautiful smorgasbord
An
of
array
veggies?
of colors.
Boy, there's something going on here.
Hi, Karen. Okay. Let's.
Okay.
All right, I can hear us. Can you guys hear us? All right. So.
Oh, you have to turn it on.
We get together every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are in. Hi, Kara. We're in northern Indiana, southern Michigan area, so we're finally getting some nice,
Cool.
weather.
Yeah, it feels so much better.
Oh, it's been so nice. So, soup.
Yeah.
Warm, hearty.
Yummy.
And it's going to be great. So, we are going to start by sauteing our veggies. So, carrot, celery, onion, bell pepper, and then we have some hot peppers. You don't have to add hot peppers if you don't want. Just get some other bell peppers. Mm-hmm. And then chicken, black beans, and then we have some seasonings. So we're going to start our pot. And then Stephanie is also grabbing some rice, some whole grain rice, otherwise known as brown rice. Mm-hmm. And the brown rice and the beans together make a complete protein. The chicken alone makes a complete protein. So this is going to be a high protein, high fiber, anti-inflammatory fall meal.
Amazing.
Okay, so please ask your, so Carol says 58 in Hell right now. I also believe that Hell is a town in Michigan, or sorry, not Michigan, Minnesota. So
There's a Hell, Michigan.
There is a Hell, Michigan?
Yeah. But I don't think it would be. Oh,
so
yeah.
funny. That's so funny. So please ask your questions. Let us, they can be nutrition questions. They can be swallowing questions. We are here to serve you and help you along this crazy journey.
I don't have the ability. I don't know what's going on with our chat.
Yeah, it's not showing up like it should. This is weird. Click on the little, it won't do anything.
It just shows me.
Okay, not that I know of in Minnesota. Carol says Michigan. Okay, it is Michigan. My M state was wrong. I mean, 58 degrees sounds like lovely fall weather.
I'm actually going to go out and then go back in.
We can still see them on our other computer, but then we can't see our feed from the last week. So I am just going to keep chopping this chicken here. And if you are vegan, try using something like tempeh or tofu instead of chicken. We want you to be getting high protein, especially this time of year, because there are some cold and flu viruses going around. Angela, hi. Weird kind of clicking feeling when I'm swallowing. It changes sides randomly. Any idea what that could be? Is it all the time when you're swallowing? Is it when you're swallowing certain things? I am curious.
How much? So my question, Angie, for you is how much weight have you lost? Because that could just be some of those muscles clicking on each other because you've lost some mass, and so they're rubbing on each other. It could also be inflammation that's causing the clicking because there's more going on there. So it can come from more extra mass or lack of mass.
Okay.
I know it seems weird that it could be either way, but it works out that way.
It does make sense. Okay, so I'm going to start by throwing some of these onions in our pot.
Nice and sizzly.
Can you guys hear the sizzle? Angie says, I got down to 95, but I'm up to 98. It was a couple of weeks ago.
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm maybe some inflammation is causing some of that to happen. Do you want me to carry it over there?
In a second. I'm just going to throw this handful and get started here with these onions.
It's just not letting us have.
This is really weird. I wonder if hold on. I'm going to open mine. Mine is also not showing, so I wonder if it's a new thing with Facebook. Because that's quite irritating.
Yeah, it's hard to answer questions along the way.
Can we just close this and then scroll a little bit so we can see them as they pop up here? I don't like it, but okay. Carol, I have a new system. I make high protein soups. I puree them with my Vitamix. I freeze them in super cubes. I seal them with my food saver. My freezer is way more organized. I love this system. This is great, Carol. Great job. Linda says it happens to me sometimes. I'm assuming that's the clicking as well.
I bet it's inflammation.
Mm-hmm. All right. So onions are sweating. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'm going to add a crack of pepper. And I'm also going to add, Stephanie has this really awesome chili spice mix that has chili pepper and some other spices, including cumin, but it's also got wheat flour in it. So we would use wheat flour when we're making a roux to thicken things. So if we put this in now, let me move this knife.
I wouldn't have hurt myself.
I know you wouldn't have. So if you buy seasoning with wheat in it, it's going to help it thicken just a little bit, which will be a nicer texture, and it will help it blend a little bit smoother in the long run too. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this right over the top. And we are literally going to season well in layers. We also have some additional cumin and dark chili powder. Sometimes chili powder is spicy, sometimes it is mild. So if you are not okay with spice, try to find mild chili powder. Linda says, no, the lagging of messages. Yeah. Facebook has this lag on it when we do this, we've noticed, so we're trying to keep up. I hope someday we'll have a better system. Okay.
Yeah, usually it shows up for us, though.
Yeah.
At least at some point. Tonight, it shows me that there's 14 messages, but it won't show me the messages.
And usually, if it's just one computer, but both of them are doing it.
Yeah.
So I am wondering if Facebook changed things on us again.
Or if it's just glitchy tonight.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Either way, bear with us because we're having to check the other computer to get
okay, so
messages.
How are we going to check our feed? Let me problem solve a little bit here because I want to go through some of the things that you guys have posted this week. All right, I'm going to wash my hands real quick.
Okay, I really want some of these veggies to start softening, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the veggies in.
Perfect. So the longer you can let this cook, the better. If you have an hour and a half to do this, that would be best case scenario. If you don't, that's okay too. All right, I'm just going to pull it up on my phone and read these from here. Okay, so something I think that could possibly help. I haven't seen anyone mention Botox injections. We answered this question last week.
Yeah, that was one that I let in today.
Botox
I responded to it.
is being used to inject into the esophagus or esophageal sphincter to relax the muscles and increase esophageal mobility. I had this done when they changed my feeding tube Friday a week ago. I was skeptical as I've been diagnosed with achalasia and dysphagia and have very little to no esophageal mobility. However, a couple of days after the injections, I've actually eaten some solid foods with no problems. Now it's not perfect and I'm not sure how much I can push it, but it definitely has done something. I'm still getting most of my nutrients through the feeding tube, but to know this actually helped may help someone else out there too. All right, let's read what you wrote.
Okay.
Stephanie said, Botox needs to be an MD's decision, your doctor's decision. It can do good and it can do harm. Botox is a paralytic. For muscles that already are not working well, it can cause greater disability if not used for a very specific area that needs to stop movement. I personally believe that it needs to be the final decision after all else has failed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So obviously a doctor has to approve that because they're the only ones that can administer the Botox. But if you think about it, Botox is going to stop movement. Mm-hmm. And if there is any error in where it goes, it can create a bigger problem than you already have. So again, I really prefer that if all other things have been ruled out as a help.
Yeah.
Typically it's used very well when you're having to basically paralyze the upper esophageal sphincter or the lower esophageal sphincter. Now, when you do that, you open yourself up to reflux,
right,
becoming a bigger problem than before. So the benefits of it have to outweigh the risks. So there's a huge decision-making component to using Botox.
Yeah. I wasn't paying attention and I missed some of our comments. Okay, so Nathan said, so thankful for your kindness. It was a rough week. Anytime, my friend. You are very welcome.
We do understand rough weeks. It hasn't been a rough week for me so far, but I'm sorry that it's a rough week for you, and I'm glad that we can brighten your day.
Pat says, I can't hear the commentary, and Kara said, go out and back in, Pat. We are having some...
I think there's some glitches with Facebook today.
I don't like it.
In the beginning, we did have trouble with the microphones. They are working now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because I can't look at all of the comments. So if I miss one, that's
sorry.
it. Yeah. Because normally I can click on comments and it'll let me back in, but it will not.
And you can't scroll through the comments?
It won't let me. Hey, Facebook, fix your stuff, man. All right. Let's do our next question or our next post from earlier today while this is sauteing. Also one that you responded to. Someone said, has anyone heard about Ferrogenics? Any feedback? And Stephanie said, it's essentially the same as VitalStim. It is a neuromuscular electrical stimulation device. Be careful that you find someone who is competent to provide that service. So one of the things that we really, really like to stress with anyone with dysphagia is that your dysphagia is specific to you. the cause is specific to you, the symptoms are specific to you. Everybody is different. And trying some of these therapies, whether it's Botox or Vital Stim or working with a speech therapist for exercises and rehabilitation, changing your nutrition, everyone is specific to them. So we want you to be very careful and follow good, sound medical advice.
Yes. So electrical stimulation. I know that some people have purchased devices online. That worries me because the muscles of swallowing are very, very small. And there are very specific muscles depending on what kind of dysphagia you have or which muscles are affected by your dysphagia. You want to target just those muscles because when you use electrical stimulation on muscles, you don't want to overdo it on muscles that don't need it. So very important, and that's the only reason I say is find some. I believe it works. I am in the camp of E-stim, Vital Stim, Phargenics, whatever they're called. They work. I believe in them. But there is extensive learning that has to happen in how and where to place the electrodes.
Right. Yes. Hi, Katie Lynn. Pat still says, where do I find the sound? My speaker is turned up. So if you look at your screen where we are in the little bottom corner, there's a little speaker. Does that speaker have an X by it? Or so you may want to hit the speaker or click on the video to open it and make it bigger. Not that she's going to hear me telling her this because she can't hear it. But
true.
And I can't even respond to her question. This is wild. Stephanie, check this out.
It's not giving you a box?
No, when I click reply, it opens up the whole screen and all the comments go away. So click reply.
Can you reply on here?
That's a good question. Let me try.
Because people are watching and they're just put it in that comment.
Oh, there it is.
I'm just dumping it all in so that
Okay.
it can all meld.
I love it. Do we want to add some more seasoning?
Sure. Now, I wouldn't add much more salt because I did put the broth in that was a little salty.
Added a little more cumin. We're adding a little more chili powder. Okay. All right.
I am going to put a can of tomatoes in too. However, it may need to boil down some.
Okay. Well, I can answer the comments on there. This is making me crazy.
It's like we can't look up the questions on our page or we can't answer the questions that are live.
Yep. Okay.
It's frustrating.
Can the rest of you hear? You hit the like buttons or the let us know if you can. See here now it tells me I commented on it. But I didn't actually comment straight on that. I commented in anyway. Facebook's doing some wild things right now.
Something's up.
So for those of you that are just joining, we're making taco soup, chicken taco soup. We have onion, bell pepper, carrot, celery. Sweated those all together. We added some spicy peppers. Okay, great. So others can hear us. Black beans, brown rice, chicken broth. She's stirring that up. I'm going to throw the chicken in now too. And we're just going to let this all meld. And Stephanie also added a jar of tomato sauce.
Yes.
Okay.
Going to switch to a
spoon?
A different spoon.
Okay.
Did you put more of this
I
one?
didn't add more of that one. I think
Okay,
it's
we will. Let's wait until
okay.
we get a little more
All right.
cooking going. Let's answer another question.
Okay, so this gentleman just saw a commercial for a drug called Dupixent and asked if anyone has had any success with it. So Dupixent is a immunosuppressant. It only works for anyone whose immune system is attacking parts of your own body. So it would be a condition like eosinophilic esophagitis, when your white blood cells, those eosinophils, are attacking your esophagus and causing inflammation and other damage. So I actually have a cousin who has EOE and is taking Dupixent and is in remission, has no symptoms at all. But he also didn't have swallowing trouble with his EOE. Some people do. So Dupixent is not a treatment for a swallowing disorder. It treats an autoimmune disorder.
Which, in effect, could potentially help your dysphagia, but it is not a medication designed to help dysphagia.
Right. Yep.
But it could, in a roundabout way, help you. It may not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's a really good question. Because I think there are a lot of people out there who have questions about some of these medications. So really, really important. Linda says, rough week here as nothing goes down. And it's not been a stressful week. This disease is so frustrating at times. Yes. It's hard to tell based on that what's going on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If your stress level is lower than normal and you still can't get things down, that tells me something else is going on. I don't know what.
Or your body is still inflamed from...
And still needing to heal.
Still healing.
Yeah. So
yes,
keep
in the healing
the
process.
stress low. If you can keep the stress low, that is what we recommend. Okay. Does anyone get upper respiratory infections after getting a cold? I ended up getting pneumonia this go around. The last 4 to 5 times I had prednisone for bronchitis or COVID. Thankfully, this is first time in 2 years that I've had pneumonia. I'm glad you haven't had it in 2 years. I'm sorry you have it now. I noticed that my primary symptoms were stridor, rhonchi, excessive and very loud pitch coughing, and extreme fatigue, whereas other times it was wheezing, not a symptom this time, coughing and spitting up phlegm. After starting antibiotics yesterday, more saliva production and crackling sounds was starting to feel better, although saliva was a huge problem on Saturday. I still had fun in an amusement park, but no appetite, just drank and sweat a lot. So make sure you're keeping your water intake up and your electrolytes up. Okay, any tips for reducing the likelihood of pneumonia or other upper respiratory infections? For a long time, changing the air filter was a huge help. So when I get a cold or like a sinus infection, allergies, it often will move into my chest. I don't know if you see this a lot too, Stephanie.
Yes, actually, I've dealt with it in the past week. I think part of what happens is your sinuses drain down the back of your throat, and by gravity, some of it does enter your lungs. So it does create a chest cold at the same time. It
does happen. Yeah. And so I would say early treatment is huge, because if you are just like, oh no, it's going to go away, and then it goes south into your lungs, then it's going to take longer to get rid of. So my issue is that I don't treat it right away. I don't go to the doctor and get it treated right away. And then I end up with a cough and chest congestion and whatnot. So treat it right away. Make sure you're keeping your nutrition up, getting that protein in. This soup is going to be a perfect feed a cold type of a soup. Lots of warm spices, lots of anti-inflammatory veggies, lots of protein. And it should blend pretty beautifully because of the beans and the rice and the thickening from that seasoning.
So I noticed when I checked the camera, there is a question from Susie about what seasoning is in the soup.
Hi, Susie. Cumin, chili powder. And then we have the one that has the wheat flour in it.
Yep.
That helps with thickening, that I assume has some other spices in it as well.
Yeah, it's like it's chili powder, but it's made to thicken your chili. So like Texas chili, it would make Texas chili very well. But we're using it just to thicken our broth a little bit. So we're not using only this.
Yeah. So also, you can always add onion powder, garlic powder, oregano. Ground oregano is always a good one, especially for something like this, because oregano just has some really, really wonderful antibacterial, antiviral properties. I got a tickle in my throat now that we're talking about coughing. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so Nathan, hang in there. You are very welcome, buddy. Okay. Amazon Prime Day deal. Carol found a Vitamix 750 41% off. That means you can get a Vitamix for less than $300. Carol, I'm going to go in and find that and post the link for everyone so they can find it easily.
Yes, great.
Because I did post an Amazon Prime Day deal last night for an, oh my gosh, what did I post?
A pressure cooker.
Pressure cooker, that's right. You could make this in a pressure cooker pretty easily. Okay. I love that, Carol. I'll go in and post the link for that.
Yeah, great. Thanks for bringing that to our attention.
All right. Yesterday, what helps your shortness of breath after eating a meal that is sitting in your esophagus and taking its time to go down? We think the food in the esophagus is putting pressure on my daughter's windpipe or lungs or something and causing a lot of shortness of breath. Thanks in advance.
Okay, I need to look at this up close. Hold on.
Okay.
Put on the peepers. Shortness of breath. Okay, shortness of breath.
I sometimes have some shortness of breath when I'm eating also, and I think mine is more sinus related.
Well,
But
so
not everyone's is.
here's the deal. Usually, so in dysphagia therapy, one of my goals for many people was often the coordination of breathing and swallowing. Because technically, when you swallow, you have to stop breathing. So if you don't have that coordination down, you may be holding your breath more than you need to. So, right. Yes. So it is not uncommon for people to feel short of breath because they've held their breath so long while they were trying to protect their airway.
Yeah.
So it's actually, I don't want to say a skill, but it's a
Learned.
It's a product of swallowing, and swallowing therapy often have to set goals for that.
Yeah. So I guess my question is your daughter doing some swallowing therapy? Because I think that's something a speech therapist could help with.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They should.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Susie says, how much oregano would you add? I know it's a stronger flavor. I would start with like a teaspoon.
Or less. You can start with a half a teaspoon.
Yeah. Nathan says, it's a fine motor skill or oral motor skill. I would say that's an oral motor skill. It's not a fine motor skill. Fine motor is more like finger type things.
Are we talking about the breathing?
I think so.
It's not necessarily a motor, like it's not a muscular thing. I would say there's some central nervous system involvement in that coordination. So I don't know that, the muscles between your lungs are moving, but I don't think that it's necessarily...
We don't necessarily have control.
Like
that.
I don't think it's a motor or a fine motor.
Okay. It's different.
It's central nervous system involvement.
Yeah. Okay. Our next person says, 1 year liquid diet, awaiting diagnosis for suspected achalasia. We are so happy you're here.
Yeah.
We hope that you can find some support and and get some ideas, because that can be really hard. Okay. Our AI friend asked, what's your least favorite food texture to swallow? And we got 44 answers to that.
Wow.
So I find this one super fascinating. Just absolutely amazing. How do I find your live stream? Change.
Well, if we could add everyone.
Relevant. Oh, can I?
There. Hopefully. Yeah, you see this? That just switched to 35. What is going on here, Facebook?
Not a fan. Not a fan.
They made a change and we don't like it.
So this is also why we have a support group off of Facebook in a place where we have a little more control, and our membership is off of Facebook for this reason.
I'm glad you brought that up. So if you're interested in getting some of this information, I'm going to cough, sorry. Other than Wednesday nights, where Facebook controls the things
that we do and say and respond to,
let us know, and we can steer you in the direction of our membership program. You get us 4 times a month.
Linda says, you keep freezing on me too, but maybe it's just me. It's hard to tell. Mine hasn't frozen, and we have it on a couple of different computers here, but it's too hard to tell. Okay, so I want to hear about some of these least favorite food textures. Oatmeal, meat, but especially chicken because it's so dry.
Yeah.
We hear that one 100%.
We can teach you. Go back and watch some of our old things, but there's certain things that you have to blend that meat with.
Yep. Like we're doing tonight.
Yes.
Missing crunchy textures. Ground beef is difficult. Oats and doughy stuff as well. Slimy things. I need pureed smooth. I can't do gritty feeling, but I can tolerate it. Banana, yogurt, applesauce. Cooked fruit thing. It's a sensory thing, right? Water. Pork and chicken, slimy or shredded stuff, anything doughy, chips or bread. I adore salmon, but my teeth take forever to clean afterwards. Yeah, that I don't like stuff in my teeth either. So there are things I avoid because of that. Tapioca, you and me both. Not a fan.
It's weird because I like tapioca.
It is weird.
Tell me.
Okay. Let's see. Not sure which food textures. Karen says the membership club is great. I highly recommend you join. We would love for all of you to join. Meat, vegetables, bread, says Linda. Nathan, mine hasn't frozen, but it had on other weeks. Yeah, I think I don't think it's the internet this week. I think it's Facebook this week. So
there's definitely something different about Facebook.
we shall persist.
Yeah, we're still here.
Yep.
We're still giving you what you need.
Yep.
With
All
a
right.
few glitches.
Next question. I was just curious if symptoms got worse over time. I've been diagnosed with dysphagia in March, but can still eat all foods. Is this likely to deteriorate over time? Main symptom I have is feeling like constricted airways with certain foods or alcohol. So you may have a sensitivity to said food.
And inflammation can play a huge part in all of that.
And alcohol causes inflammation.
Yes.
Ooh, we're bubbling away over here. Rebecca, I'm continuing to lose weight despite normal test results, but my cough reflex feels absent and my swallow feels off. Trust yourself. Because if you feel like something's off, this is why we hope there are enough speech therapists around to help everybody. I feel like I'm inhaling foods, liquid, and saliva. Are you breathing okay? What are the other questions you ask? Are you having those respiratory symptoms? How is it?
It's spicy. Woo! How many spices did you put in there? Woo! I love it.
Maybe too many.
No, I like it. And I think it's opening up my sinuses.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared to try it.
I really like spicy.
I didn't add these.
I had a lot of peppers there.
There was another one of these.
So a cayenne.
And there were 2 little red ones like
Yeah.
this that I put in and a green one.
Okay. So 3 jalapenos and a cayenne we have in our soup. And it has cleared out my sinuses.
You sound clearer.
I told you. This is amazing.
Linda says get Steph her Diet Coke.
Right? Who's that, Kara?
Linda.
Linda,
I love that you know that.
Yeah, it's that kind of hot too. I need the
So, and spicy is not good for all of you, right? We don't want you coughing and doing all the things. But if you're having decreased sensation, spicy can be really helpful.
yes.
Rebecca, I feel like I'm inhaling foods, liquids, and saliva. This is one of those situations where I would want Stephanie to watch you. Countless specialists, ENT, SLP, GPS, UK doctors. Yeah. Steph, you want to go to the UK?
Yes. I don't even have to
I still have to get a passport.
pause to think about that. I have a passport.
I don't. I have to get one. I'll work on it.
We'll expedite it.
If we can make it to the UK, Rebecca, we would love to see you in person. Okay. Back to my question on here. Do symptoms get worse over time? For some people, yes. For some people, no.
Can you guys see this soup? It's so beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. So
All
many
those colors.
Great minds think alike. We love colors. Okay.
So it's level 6, easily level 6.
Yep. We tried to cut everything super small to begin with. So if you can tolerate level 6, this is great. However, this is a topic we haven't talked about in a while. If you can't tolerate mixed consistencies, this is not a good idea.
So mixed consistencies means there's liquid and solid in the same bite. Not necessarily that there's a lot of different textures. It is about the liquid and the solid. Mm-hmm. For some people, being able to manage both a liquid and a solid is very difficult.
Okay, so we're gonna use our little food processor to do minced and moist, or level 5. It finally has a crack in the side, so I might have to get a new one because
man.
I don't have to charge it ever. This thing holds a charge forever, but the side has a crack in it. So we're gonna try not to make too much of a
Didn't we
mess.
find one on Amazon? We can post that link too.
Yes,
It may not be
did.
Prime Day deal, but
we can post it on Amazon.
we can post it.
And we can get a new one ourselves when
Yeah.
this one goes kaput. Look, best $10 I think we spent. Okay. Linda says, Rebecca, have you had a manometry? Oh yeah, it's leaking. It's all right. It's all right.
That's really sad.
I guess fewer liquid items. All right, everybody. So there's our instant voice. I think I need to do a couple more blitzes here. Anonymous said, just wondering how everyone's stopping the GERD. And my worst part is regurgitation. The PPIs take the burn away, but nothing really stops the regurgitation of food in general.
I would be curious if there's what was I going to say?
He's got regurgitation. The PPIs are helping with the reflux, but regurgitation and reflux are different.
Motility. I wonder if there's some motility issues.
So if the PPI is working then it may not be the reflux that's the issue right now, or the PPI is decreasing the acid in your stomach. Regurgitation is what happens between your lower esophageal sphincter and your upper esophageal sphincter.
Correct.
It
doesn't make it down to the stomach to get acid.
It just goes up and down in here. So I would have them look at your esophagus and whether your esophagus is working properly.
Well, yes.
Yeah. So if your esophagus has some decreased motility, things might go up and down, and not make it all the way down in the normal time frame.
I'm going to do one more just to make it super. It looks pretty smooth, but I'm going to notice that I am leaving this open.
Yep.
Because it's
No burns.
hot. And you don't want to blend hot liquid without being able to vent it.
Yep. Okay. Rebecca wants her cough reflex tested. That's her main concern. Okay. Karen says, how would they know if your peristalsis is normal without doing a manometry? And she says, you tell me. So sounds like something else is going on. I don't care about that. It's how my cough reflex feels something isn't right. Yeah.
Well, on a barium swallow, a regular barium swallow, you can see you don't have specific details about how
The pressure is?
yes, the pressure, but you can see whether it's taking a longer amount of time and at what area of the esophagus it's having the most trouble. So there are other tests that can tell us, hey, there's something going on with the esophagus. The details come in the manometry,
Right.
but there can be some idea of what is going on and at what level
Yeah.
it's going on with a regular barium swallow or upper GI.
Yep. Okay. Nathan says, loaded question. What is motility and what is the treatment for it? Okay, so the what is motility is not a loaded question. The what is the treatment is the loaded question. So motility is your body's ability to move things through your GI tract. So typically what happens is you have peristalsis, like Karen said. So peristalsis is like a wave. It's a muscular wave that pushes your food down.
And that is not under voluntary control. You cannot control it no matter how much you want to.
Right. And so your esophagus has peristalsis, your intestines have peristalsis. So if any of that slows down, that's where we end up with issues. What is the treatment? It depends on what's causing it. Sometimes there is no treatment. So
Time. Giving your body time to.
okay.
That's why we oftentimes will say, stay upright for 1 to 2 hours after you eat, because you want gravity to do as much of the work as it possibly can.
For your esophagus. For your intestines, we want you to move, because you walking, you doing some light activity after dinner, after a meal, helps your peristalsis move things through your intestines. The flavor's amazing. The textures are all kind of different. Mm-hmm. It's very warm. And I don't mean in a spicy way, but
I was
in a
going to say,
spicy
no,
way
it's
also.
hot.
It's hot in a spicy way. Okay. Karen says, yes, the other test can support the motility question, but not give the details, as Steph said. Rebecca, but yet I'm not coughing when I should. I do, however, have hypersensitivity and EOE. I think, Rebecca, there's something going on with your EOE, and they need to address your EOE. First and foremost, they need to put all of their energy into addressing the EOE, because you have inflammation based on that.
So my question is, do you know what your EOE triggers are?
Right.
Because you need to figure that out. Mm-hmm. Because even if they're treating your EOE, if you are not taking those triggers out, you may still be reacting. Mm-hmm. It would be worse if they weren't treating the EOE.
Right. Oh, under treatment for EOE. Okay. My question is that treatment working?
has it helped?
Linda says, what's EOE? Eosinophilic esophagitis. Eosinophils are a white blood cell that in EOE, they move to the esophagus and they cause all kinds of problems and inflammation.
It is an autoimmune disorder.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. The pureed one is my favorite, hands down.
I was waiting for you to try
so
it. Isn't it great?
It's smooth. For those of you that are worried about the chicken, I'm lucky my consultant is so lovely. I'm glad. That's helpful.
There is no grittiness whatsoever to the pureed one from the chicken.
Yeah.
Because there are so many
other things.
Yes.
Beans, rice.
So much fiber to break down that sandiness of the chicken.
Yeah.
Everything, I mean everything.
Yeah. But the cough reflex is scaring me. What if something hits my lungs and I don't cough? I don't want to die. Give us your lungs are protecting you. Your body's working on protecting you.
So it would take a lot for you to die from it that quickly.
It's unlikely.
You will, if you are getting things into your lungs without coughing, without protecting yourself, you would start seeing signs and symptoms such as unexplained fevers, recurrent pneumonia, recurrent bronchitis. If you are constantly have a respiratory issue, then I would be concerned. If you're not showing any of that, your body, you need to trust your body.
I've never once had a chest infection.
You're fine. You would have some, it may not be infected. Mm-hmm. It may just be that you would have some respiratory symptoms.
I get urges to cough but never do, and it's a never-ending cycle.
So one of the things that will not hurt you to do is to do a throat clear and re-swallow. With every swallow or every other swallow, if you feel the urge to cough, then maybe you're just feeling something in the pharynx. Go ahead and clear your throat and swallow again. Mm-hmm. So that it doesn't have a chance to slip down later.
In our membership, I'm gonna post what she just posted in our membership in our group when we're done here.
Okay.
Because it's very exciting.
I didn't see it because my vision is so bad. I saw it pop up, but
that's okay.
That was for the membership.
Okay. That was for the membership.
Okay.
Yep. What she just posted in our membership, I'm gonna post in our group, but you guys are gonna have to wait to see what it is until after the live. I do them all. It's more I feel it in my trachea.
Trachea or esophagus, they run parallel to each other. So it could still be in the esophagus, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm new to the group. I recently joined because my daughter developed dysphagia after a stomach bug 2 months ago. She's lost weight and it's been a real struggle. Still waiting on an official diagnosis. Her endoscopy didn't show anything. Did anyone else's symptoms start after a stomach bug? There can be bacterial or viral induced dysphagia. Yes.
Yes.
There can be.
And it's quite likely, I feel like I'm on repeat.
You are.
Because I'm saying.
Say it again.
It's likely related to inflammation.
Yeah.
Likely related to inflammation. Inflammation is going to be the answer to a lot of the questions that are out there. I'm going to blend some more because that is.
I think you should.
I think
we should
better.
blend all of it. Is that a bad idea?
No.
I think we should blend all of it.
I think we should blend all of it because I want to bring it for my lunch tomorrow.
I think that's a great idea. I do too.
So big blender?
Yeah, big blender.
Big blender. We're going to big blend this. So just for everybody who regularly watches this, you know that a lot of the time I prefer the pureed because we season as we go, so you don't lose any of that flavor when you blend. But this one, guys, everybody should eat it blended. Your entire family would love it blended. And then you fit right in with the rest of the family.
Okay. Tommy says, can anyone give me recipes for a few things? I'm a terrible cook. I'm very tired of my 2 different things I've been eating. I believe it.
Where is it?
Join us on Wednesdays, my friend.
Or join the membership. We have a recipe club. We'll give you all sorts of recipes. Okay, we're going to blend the whole thing because it's that good.
I don't think we've ever done that before. Okay. All right. So Linda says, I eat the same every day. It's safe. I understand that. It's okay. Rebecca says, so I feel crumbs and get some strong urges, and I mean strong, yet my body is like, nope, like it. I'm crying now. I feel so stuck. Will I be like this forever? I don't know. This is where it's hard to say what's going on. And I am curious, and I wonder if there's like some nervous system testing they can do to figure out if you're getting signals or not getting signals. I don't know. Keep asking questions to your providers. Keep asking. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is so good.
Okay, this is going to be louder than our other.
This is going to be loud. Rebecca, I'm going to go get something real quick to show you while she's blending. I'll be right back. Everybody sit tight. Ask your questions right now, real quick.
Seven more seconds.
And then we can finish it when we're done. Okay, so Rebecca says, you're the only ones who have listened to me in a long time and told me something significant.
We've heard that before.
The trachea and the esophagus are very close together.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to hold this up here. So this is the trachea, right?
Yes.
This one right here.
The big one.
The big one. It's in the front.
Mm-hmm. The esophagus
is this teeny tiny one right here.
Very small. So the esophagus is essentially closed until you swallow.
Right. It's basically pinched close.
It opens when you swallow by force of, and I shouldn't say force, by movement of the larynx has to rise and pull out, and that helps to close off the airway.
This green thing here is what closes the airway. When that happens, this goes whoop.
It flops down, covers your airway, and your esophagus is opened up. The upper esophageal sphincter opens. So that is the natural process. And that is most of the time, unless you have a neurological disorder, most of the time that part works.
Mm-hmm. So I suspect that yours is working fine. So it could actually be that my throat is overreacting when my airway is safe.
Yes, that's where that gut-brain thing is. Mm-hmm. So your brain is trying to protect you, but it's being an overprotective parent.
Yep. And
it's not allowing you to trial and do things that will help you to expand your repertoire.
Yep.
Does it sound like maybe that's a way that we talk about children who are not allowed to develop?
Right. So she says, my larynx moves when I swallow. I feel it, lift when I put my finger on my throat.
Yes.
It
See?
should.
It's working.
Okay. So Sarah says, Carol, what's in them? Texture is important and haven't found a way to blend chicken that works. I want smooth, but I'm not sure that is possible. Not completely. So I've been blending chicken in gravy, cream, tomato soup with some flavor and using it as pasta sauce. Fortunately, I have found pure buckwheat pasta. I'm so sick of eating this though. Okay. So Sarah, this is really, really important because this is what we do. So there are a couple of tricks to blending chicken, especially chicken breast. We prefer the thigh meat because it blends smoother than the breast meat does. That being said, you cut it up small when you cook it. Mm-hmm. You cook it in a liquid and some fat, like
butter, olive oil, whatever kind of fat that you, lard, tallow, whatever it is that you use.
You need that fat so when you blend it, the fat mixes with the chicken and it helps it smooth. The other important thing, you have to use some kind of a starch when you blend it.
Like these black beans.
And rice.
And or rice. You don't have to have both. Mm-hmm. You can have one or the other. Yep. A can of beans is cheap to purchase and you can use it in multiple different things.
And if you have a Vitamix, it gets it super, super smooth. Especially if you blend it for like 3 to 5 minutes.
And if you don't have a Vitamix, a Ninja is good too. You just may have to blend it an extra 1 or 2 times.
So she says, I've been using a blending stick, but my mom lent me a food processor. I'll use that. Yes, try that.
Good. A food processor won't get it necessarily smooth.
You may have to blend it for like 5 minutes. So anytime someone uses a food processor, I tell them to put it on, set a timer for 5 minutes and let it go. Okay, we're going to do, Rebecca says, I don't feel forward movement if that's any different. You
probably wouldn't feel that very much.
Yeah, it's
from external
it's
palpation.
Small. Yeah, you'll feel it rise, but you may not feel it come forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, last question for the night because we're almost done here. If someone is on level 2 thickened fluids and level 6 for foods, can they have normal ice cream if it is thickened? I understand that normal ice cream is a definite no, but thickened with a drink or food thickener to their fluid level, which is a 2, mildly thick. All mom's drinks and some soups are thickened. We use Precise Thicken Instant Liquid Thickener Concentrate in Australia.
Yes.
Yes.
A way to make thickened ice cream would be to add pudding mix to your ice cream before you freeze it.
Yeah.
Because then when it defrosts or when it comes to room temperature or mouth temperature, it's at least at pudding level, so it's thicker.
Yep.
Or mildly thick level.
2.
Yeah.
And so full fat ice cream may be a level 2 already. It may not.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible.
If you have a 10 milliliter syringe, you can do the flow test. We have a video somewhere
on YouTube
that shows you how to do the flow test. Okay, Rebecca, can you guys please point to where I should feel my swallow?
So when I palpate a swallow, I put one finger on the larynx, in the middle of the larynx, and I put the other 2 above. That way I can feel how high that swallow goes. My swallow goes to the second to my middle finger.
It's very gentle.
Yeah, you don't have to push. You just want to feel it.
It's a very subtle.
So your larynx is your Adam's apple, which you can't typically see in females. In men, you can see it more, so you can see it without having to touch it in most instances. So straight up and down. It's not huge movement.
I can't feel mine pull forward either. I just feel it go up. Yeah. Okay. You guys are amazing. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
We're going to have chicken taco pureed soup tomorrow for lunch because
Yes, we are.
it's so good. I'll try to write down the ingredients for this one and we'll get it posted, especially in our next cookbook.
Yes, and we can go over it in Recipe Club this month. So for those of you in the membership, we'll talk about it in the Recipe Club. This Saturday we are doing our Q&A for our members. So if you want to join, Saturday at 11:30 Eastern is our first Q&A of the month.
You're welcome, Rebecca. Angela, we're looking forward to having you in our future lives also. Bring your questions. We are here for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Join us every Wednesday.
Yeah.
We would love it.
Take care. Stay safe. If it's cold where you are, stay warm. If it's warm, stay cool. You know.
And we'll see you next Wednesday.
All right. Bye, everybody.